Welcome back, everyone. Today we're out doing a little ride on my new motorcycle. And if you're guessing which motorcycle I bought, why don't you put it in the comments and let me know what you think I bought. And then I will show you here shortly. We're going to go on a little ride today, and we'll see here how long I go. So I decided I wanted to try, I'm not even sure what the temp is right now, but I decided I wanted to try my chaps and a different jacket for riding this time, and my different gloves. These are my snowmobile gloves, and so we're going to try riding around with those and see how it all goes. Looks like we have a northeasterly wind. Not terribly bad, but I can feel it a little bit. So we're going to go try and put on a few miles and do a little practice riding for our ride next February to Daytona Bike Week. And I thought I would bring out the new motorcycle and reveal it to you all. So we're going to go out here, see if we can find a nice little place to park and show you the bike. So we'll be back in a little bit. Okay, here's the bike. The 2006 Electra Glide Classic. It is a beautiful bike that was extremely well taken care of. Lots of really neat extras on the bike. And so, with it only having 15,000 miles, I thought this was the perfect bike to start touring with. So we're taking it out today on probably the second long ride I've ridden, and gonna bring you along to check her out. So here we are back on the bike. I'm going to tell you a little bit why I chose this bike. And after doing research on road glides, street glides, looking at the line of different Victory bikes available, as I said in a couple of videos ago, my neighbor had offered me this, and before that I had never even thought of ever getting an Electra Glide. But since he mentioned it to me and told me the price, which is an extremely good price for this year bike with this kind of miles and this how good it was been taken care of, I started thinking about it more, and I looked at the bike and I looked into other ones, and then started watching various videos about these bikes and the street glides and the road glides, because the road glide is kind of what I always thought. I like the way they look, and I actually had an opportunity to purchase a 2008 Road Glide that had, well, I hadn't gone to look at it yet, but I was going to go look at it. It was a little ways away from where I'm at. I was going to go look at it. It was a 2008 Road Glide with the 103 or 107 upgrade to it. It only had 8,000 miles, and they were asking $8,500 for it. I was shocked. It was in pretty good condition from what I could tell. It was on Facebook, was where it was at. And so I talked to my wife about it, and she initially had told me before I ever go to another bike, I'm going to have to sell my VTX bike first and come up with the money. We had come into some money so that I could purchase the bike, and so that's why I was looking at that Road Glide. And when I went to talk to her about it, she had told me that she went to our neighbor and told them that she was going to purchase it for me for Christmas. So that'll be the second bike that my wife has given me as a gift. I still am going to get rid of the VTX. So as I said in our Christmas video, I will been putting that up for sale. But back to this bike, when she had told me that, I still really, you know, I'd kind of been looking over things, and then I really started researching harder if a Road Glide compared to an Ultra Glide in around those same years, because this is before the frame mod, was going to make a difference. And one thing I found out is a lot of those 2007, 2008 motors had a bunch of problems. Now this one, having the upgrade to the 103, may not have had that issue, but I really started noticing where probably what really leaned me towards it not being a big deal about getting a Road Glide was Blockhead's video where they compared the Street Glide, the Road Glide, and the Electric Glide standard. The one thing that Road Glide didn't have is the Tour Pack, and I am really wanting the Tour Pack because I want to be able to, the main purpose for this bike is long haul. I intend on taking this bike on some extremely long rides, and so I want the ability to have that Tour Pack, so I have that extra luggage and that extra space where if I want to take a bag, I can put it on top of the back, or if I want to go camping, I have a place where I can stack things on the back. So that was a big plus for me for this bike. And the biggest reason why I went with this over a Victory really is I just love the whole sound of these bikes, the Harley bikes. This one I really loved the sound of it with the Python exhaust on it. And so he even came down a little bit in his price from what he had originally told me, and for the money, for the fact that there's really not going to be a big difference between going with any touring bike. The biggest thing was the money and how well I knew this bike was cared for. All the work had been done at the Harley place, so I knew that, and I really liked this bike, and the fact of being able to keep it and my neighbor be able to see me enjoy it was a plus as well, because it's kind of a gift that he gives it to me when he could have just sold it. And so kind of felt like I really wanted to get this bike and enjoy it for him so he can enjoy it. And I have already put on more miles in the 2 rides that I've done on it than what he had put on it in the last, I think, 2 years. So it did a lot of sitting here recently. So we're out. We got 16,154 miles on it as of right now, and we're just going to ride the crapola out of this bike. And if at some point in time I want to do a upgrade on the engine, the upgrade prices for these bikes don't look that terribly bad. This bike does have the power commander in it, and it was already set. I don't know what the settings are at. Sometime maybe I'll put it on a dyno and see, but I'm not really looking for the performance. I'm looking for the comfort that this bike gives me, for the fact that it's basically a brand new bike, and it being a price that isn't going to, you know, it being a price I wasn't going to spend. I didn't want to spend over $10,000 on a bike, and this is well under $10,000. Hope you like it. Hope you'll enjoy watching a bunch of rides in the coming year. And right now I'm going to shut things down, and I'm just going to enjoy this ride. So until next time, keep the sunny side up, keep the rubber side down, and have an utterly awesome day.